Well, hi, all my friends out there. Yeah, still stuck in California, commie California. I'm at the gun store yesterday. I needed to pick up some things, and all of a sudden I see this guy take another gun off the shelf, like a shotgun or something. Kind of cool looking black, evil black gun, you know. And he says, "Yeah, this has got to come off now." You know, I gotta tell you, I'm so ticked at our government and stupid liberal commies that are running California. We gotta vote them out and get some Republicans in there that just irks me so much that they're doing that. And you go in, there's no ARs, no AR-15s in the store at all. So you got to go and get, if you want to get stuff for your AR, you better get it now, because not only that, but you're not going to have anybody that's going to work on your gun because of these new stupid laws. I cannot wait for Trump to get into office. And then you've got Obama, who has let in 48,000 refugees in his time in office. They're all over the United States. They're in California, they're in Texas, they're in Michigan, they're in, Dearborn, Michigan, poor Dearborn, Michigan, and in Minnesota. Oh yeah. In Tennessee, and you name it. They're stashed everywhere. Stupid frick. I don't want to get my blood pressure up, but, under the guise of darkness, he brings them in on UPS planes and other, commercial and railway and you name it. He snuck them in here. It didn't ask us, didn't ask Congress, just went ahead and did it because he's a freaking Muslim. Okay? And he doesn't care about you or me or our way of life or our way of doing. Now we got to clean up his dang mess. In so many ways. He's a fraud, a liar, a thief. He should be in prison. He should be impeached, and he should be thrown out on his ass. And don't you dare put his name anywhere in California. I don't care if he went to Occidental College. Big whoop. The guy's a total fraud. Just makes me so mad. Okay. Anyway, just... You got police in Minnesota, I think it is, okay, or Michigan, one of the two states, where they know that girls are being killed for dating American boys. Their fathers, their brothers, whatever, kill them, okay? And the police don't say a word about it. And where are our laws? Okay? Where are the people that are supposed to be protecting and serving? We pay your, from our taxes, we pay your salaries. Hello? Not only that, but they're murdering their own children. Do you know that Somalia, okay, they're low on the totem pole, let's just put it that way. Every woman is guaranteed to have at least 6 kids, okay? And so you figure it out, okay? Do the math. There's 48,000, and each woman, you cut that in half, let's say, has 6 kids. How many kids is that? Okay? Trump is absolutely right. We have got to you can't vet a Somalian. Did you ever see Black Hawk Down? You see what those animals did? Okay? So, they don't have the same mindset, the education, the wherewithal they're not, okay, they're not educated. They don't understand. They've been, in a way, my heart goes out to them because of the fact that they have been used, okay? And they're victims themselves, in my estimation. And there's not every single Muslim person is a bad Muslim, okay? Or a bad person. They're human. They have a soul. They just don't, they've been brainwashed since birth. And so we have got to somehow find a way to educate them, but we don't have the time, okay? Women are having 6 babies each, on an average. We don't have time. They have got to be removed. And, I gotta tell you, Trump has got a lot on his hands. That's for sure. He definitely has a lot on his hands. All right, I want to get into this chapter 13 of 1 Samuel. And before I lose my time here. So Saul's selected a band. He calls the Hebrews to Gilgal against the Philistines, whose garrison Jonathan has smitten. Philistines' great host, the Israelites' distress. Saul's weary of staying for Samuel's sacrifices. Samuel reproves him. Saul resigned 1 year, and then he had resigned 2 years over Israel. Reigned 1 year, and then when he reigned 2 years over Israel, Saul chose him 3,000 men of Israel, whereof 2,000 were with Saul in Michmash and in Mount Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan in Gibeah of Benjamin, and the rest of the people he sent every man to his tent. And Jonathan smote the garrison of the Philistines that was in Gibeah, and Philistines heard of it. And Saul blew the trumpet throughout all the land, saying, Let the Hebrews hear. And when all Israel heard, saying that Saul had smitten the garrison of the Philistines, and that Israel also had his abomination with Philistines, and the people were called together after Saul to Gilgal. And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel, 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen, and the people as the sand which is on the seashore in multitude. They came up and pitched in Michmash eastward from Bethaven. And when the men of Israel saw that they were in a strait, for the people were distressed, then the people did hide themselves in caves and in thickets, in rocks, in high places, and in pits. And some of the Hebrews went over Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. And for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. And he tarried 7 days, according to the set time that Samuel had appointed. But Samuel came not to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from him. And Saul said, Bring hereto a burnt offering to me, and peace offering. And he offered the burnt offering. And it came to pass that as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came, and Saul went out to meet him, that he might salute him. And Samuel said, What hast thou done? And Saul said, Because I saw that the people were scattered from me the days appointed, and that the Philistines gathered themselves together at Michmash. Therefore, said I, the Philistines will come down now upon me to Gilgal, and I have not made supplication to the Lord. I forced myself, therefore, and offered a burnt offering. And Samuel said to Saul, Thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord thy God, which he commanded thee. For now would the Lord have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever. But now the kingdom shall not continue. The Lord hath sought him a man after his own heart, and the Lord hath commanded him to be captain over his people, because thou hast not kept that which the Lord commanded thee. And Samuel arose and gat him up from Gilgal in Gibeah of Benjamin. And Saul numbered of the people that were present with him was about 600 men. And Saul and Jonathan his son, the people that were present with them, abode in Gibeah of Benjamin. but the Philistines encamped in Michmash. And the spoilers came out of the camp of the Philistines in 3 companies. One company turned unto that way, and leadeth to Ophrah, and unto the land of Shual. And the other company turned the way to Beth-horon, and the other company turned the way to the border that looked to the valley of Zeboim, toward the wilderness. Now there was no smith found throughout the land of Israel, for the Philistines had said, lest the Hebrews make them swords or spears. But all Israelites went down to the Philistines to sharpen every man his share, and his coulter, and his axe, and his mattock. And they had a file for the mattocks, and for the coulters, and for the forks, and the axes, and to sharpen the goads. And so it came to pass in the day of battle that there was neither sword or spear found in the hand of any of the people that were with Saul and Jonathan, but with Saul and with Jonathan his son was there found. And the garrison of the Philistines went out to the passage of Michmash. Okay, so the next chapter 14, Jonathan miraculously smites the Philistines' garrison and divides terror and makes them beat themselves. So now it came to pass that the day that Jonathan the son of Saul said unto the young man that bare his armor, Come, let us go over to the Philistines' garrison that is on the other side. But he told not his father. And Saul tarried in the uttermost part of Gibeah, under a pomegranate tree which is in Migron, and the people that were with him were about 600 men. And Ahiah, the son of Ahitub, Ichabod's brother, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eli, the Lord's priest in Shiloh, wearing an ephod, and the people knew not that Jonathan was gone. And between the passages by which Jonathan sought to go over to the Philistines' garrison, there was a sharp rock on the one side and a sharp rock on the other side. And the name of the one was Boaz, and the name of the other was Sina. The forefront of the one was situated northward over against Michmash, and the other southward over against Gibeah. And Jonathan said to his young men that bare his armor, Come, let us go over into the garrisons of these men, of these uncircumcised, that it may be that the Lord will work for us, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few. And his armor-bearer said unto him, Do all that is in thine heart. Turn thee, behold, I am with thee according to thy heart. And then said Jonathan, Behold, we will pass over unto these men, and we will discover ourselves unto them. If they say unto us, Tarry until we come to you, then we will stand still in our place, and we will not go up unto them. But if they say thus, Come up unto us, then we will go up, and the Lord hath delivered them into our hand, and this shall be a sign unto us. And both of them discovered themselves unto the garrison of the Philistines. And the Philistines said, Behold, the Hebrews come forth out of the holes where they had hid themselves. And the men of the garrison answered Jonathan, and said of his armor-bearer, said, Come up to us, and we will show you a thing. And Jonathan said to his armor-bearer, Come up after me, for the Lord hath delivered them into the hands of Israel. And Jonathan climbed up upon his hands, upon his feet, and his arm-bearer after him, and fell before Jonathan, and his armor slew after him. And the first slaughter which Jonathan and his arm-bearer made was about 20 men, within as it were a half an acre of land, which a yoke of oxen might plow. And there was trembling in the host, in the field, and among all the people, the garrison, the spoilers, they also trembled, and the earth quaked, and it was a very great trembling. I'm going to stop right there and continue on my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.